Can you improve your English pronunciation with ChatGPT? The answer is yes, but the way that we do that requires some exploration. And that's what we're going to be doing in this video. I'm going to teach you 3 ways that you can use ChatGPT to work on and improve your pronunciation, to build better pronunciation habits. If you haven't already done so, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. And now let's get into the video. Can you use ChatGPT to improve your pronunciation? Well, ChatGPT can't hear, right? Unless you use a plugin like this, where you speak a little bit and it dictates whatever you say. And hey, why isn't it dictating what I say? What's up with my speech thing? Hey, come on. Dictate what I say, you dingus. Okay. These plugins are very unreliable. Anyway, that's not the point. So, how can we learn and improve pronunciation with ChatGPT? I'm not going to be sharing a way for you to have ChatGPT listen to you and analyze. There are other tools and platforms for that, and I think there will continue to be more in the future. What I'm talking about is how can you build exercises that can help you improve your pronunciation. We're going to look at 3 specific things very quickly here. The first one, we're going to ask for a very specific example that we can use to practice specific sounds. So, maybe you know what your issues are. You know that you struggle with the TH sound. You know that you struggle with intonation. You know that you struggle with linking words together in sentences. Maybe you've listened to yourself and you're able to identify things, or maybe you've had a teacher and they've pointed some things out to you. It's a good exercise to do, right? To take a few lessons with a teacher and ask them, hey, what are my pronunciation issues? What do I need to focus on next? Okay. So then you can go into ChatGPT and ask for a bespoke exercise to help you practice those difficult sounds. So here's what we do. We ask for a short paragraph to help me work on my weak areas of English pronunciation. Okay, this is what I want. But then I state that I struggle with specific sounds. I struggle with the following sounds. Okay. And I give examples. I think this is important to give examples because, for example, S can be pronounced in different ways, and maybe I don't struggle with all of those different ways. I struggle with S as in vision and usually, that strange S. The S sound in words like vision and usually. The voiced TH sound in words like this and father. So maybe I don't struggle with think or thank you, right? Or thatch, but I struggle with this and father, that voiced one. Okay. And V and W sounds, I always get these mixed up. So I'm getting confused with V and W. Okay. So I ask for this exercise, and what I get should be an example that can help me to essentially practice again and again to build the habits that I need. And this is not giving me what I want. So make a short paragraph. Maybe it is, but it's giving me a long explanation first. All right, are you done? That's not what I want. Try again, please. There we go. Second try is the charm, as they say. Sometimes there's this thing that ChatGPT does called hallucinating, and it's just part of it. You know, sometimes you just get some wacky thing it's not obeying my instructions. I said specifically, give me a short paragraph to help me work on my weak areas, right? Now, if you want to, you can give it examples to say, like this one, and then it'll be more likely to be consistent. But generally speaking, here we go. Venturing through the vivacious valley, Weasley the is that Wesley. Wesley the weaver and his father Theodore envisioned a wondrous world where vast waves of velvety grass whispered soothingly. Usually they wandered, wrestling with the weight of their woven wares, while voicing their appreciation for the warmth and beauty that enveloped them. Okay, so this is quite good, right? And what we get here is a lot of practice with V and W. We get some practice with the father, right? We get this envisioned. We get some specific sounds with that strange S that we struggle with. And so usually is here. We've got usually here, right? So we might try a few versions of this. We might ask for another one and another one as a way to repeat and repeat and repeat. Often the thing with pronunciation is even if you know how to make the sound correctly, you forget when you're talking because it's not a habit. So once you build up that habit, then you don't have to think about it. So that's what this specific exercise is for. Okay, but that's not all. Now, what if I want to be able to see the pronunciation? Well, again, ChatGPT is not quite there yet in terms of seeing, helping you visualize or say things that you can listen to, right? You can look up a word and listen to the sound in basically any dictionary. But what if I want to see phonetic spelling? Now, I know some of you prefer the phonetic spelling with symbols. I don't. So I like to use phonetic respelling, right? Pronunciation respelling. Personally, do it with whatever one you prefer, right? Sometimes it's useful to see it written out so that you can think of it in a different way. Maybe I'm struggling to pronounce things and I need a reminder to sort of break my brain of this word is pronounced that way, not the way that it actually looks, right? Provide the pronunciation respelling, very important, including syllable word stress. So that means big words for a stressed syllable. I want to see big words for a stressed syllable. Of the following sentence: in the vivid vision of a leisurely afternoon, a father, usually quiet, discussed. Okay, so just a sentence. We're not worrying about the specific sentence, but here we go. Oh no. Oh no, it's giving me the symbol. I don't want the symbols. Get out of here with the symbols. Use pronunciation respelling. No. Oh, yes. Oh, good. Nope, it's still got this. Do not use any symbols. All right. Gotta bring ChatGPT to task. Okay, it's giving me the full list here. This is better, but I want to see it in a paragraph. Oh, this is good because it's word by word. Actually, this is pretty good. This is what I was looking for, minus the stress. Okay, all right, we have to iterate through this here. Okay. Write it as a paragraph and include the stress, the syllable stress in all caps. Okay, that's what I want to see. I want to see all caps for the syllable stress. Come on. Let's see what you've got. Hey, now we're getting there. Okay, it took a couple. In the vivid vision of a leisurely afternoon. So I can see the stress of the word, which syllable is stressed, and that looks usually, that looks pretty good. And I'm able to sort of look at these in a different way, and that's the use of sometimes phonetic spelling. Again, if you like the symbols, knock yourself out. That's totally fine with me. I don't care. But you want to get to something that's useful, that can help you remember pronunciation when you're practicing. So if I see children, I remember, okay, chill is the stressed syllable, not dren. So maybe you take this a step further and You don't want the full phonetic spelling. You just want the stressed syllable in all caps. I know how to pronounce the words, but I often forget which syllable in the word is stressed, and I want to remember that. So here you would say, rewrite this paragraph with common spelling, but keep the stressed syllable in all caps. Okay, so what we want to see then is just a regular paragraph, and we want to see exactly this. We want to see which part of the word has the stress on it, and this again looks correct. In the vivid vision of a leisurely afternoon, a father usually quiet disgust with his children, the whimsical. Yeah, so this looks pretty good. It actually hasn't used completely natural spelling because it's got two U's here, but we can see the word a little more easily, so maybe you want to do it that way. Find the right balance for you, right? And once you've found the right balance, you've kind of trained a little model for yourself. That's your pronunciation tab, right? So then just bring in another sentence and practice that one, and bring in another sentence and practice that one. Once you hone it, once you get to what you want with ChatGPT, and now I have what I want, then it's usually fairly repeatable. And I think that's the power of the iterative way of working. Now we have one more to look at here. We're going to explore specific words. I want to know any rules. There are rules with words, and I want to understand the theory behind pronunciation a little bit. So okay, if that's what you want. If that's what you want, I'm not saying that's the best thing, but you might want to know that stuff. So it's useful. Explain. So I'm looking for a teacher here. This is a teacher's role. Explain the word stress of the words I provide and give any rules associated with them. Only use pronunciation respelling, okay? Here are the words. Here we go. Sure, I can provide. I can certainly, what's wrong with me? Sure, I can certainly provide you with the word stress information for the words you listed. Okay. Usually. Very good. This word has 3 syllables. Huh? It's just listed 4 syllables. Well, usually can have 3 syllables though, so maybe that's what it's going with. Usually is an interesting word because it can have either 3 or 4 syllables. The primary stress is on the first syllable, you. Remaining syllables, ju, uli. Oh, it's considering uli. Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Not perfect. Rule: in many English words, the first syllable tends to be stressed, especially in words that have prefixes. However, English word stress patterns can often be unpredictable and learned through exposure and practice. And I would agree with that. The best way to learn what stress to have on a word is to just kind of absorb it by using it. So that's true. Exposure and practice. Pizza. That is correct. This word has 2 syllables. The primary stress is on the first syllable, P. The second syllable, ts, is unstressed. Absolutely. Rule: like the first example, this also follows a common trend where the first syllable is stressed. However, it's important to note that many borrowed words in English, like pizza from Italian, retain their original stress pattern. And then trilobite, again, 3 syllables. Okay, so you get the idea. Remember, English does not have strict rules for word stress. That's true. They're not strict. They're so complicated and nuanced. And there are many exceptions. Absolutely also true. These rules are general trends and may not apply to every word. It's often necessary to learn the correct pronunciation for each word individually. So it's very cool to get the breakdown, I think, and useful as a way to explore it. But you have to always remember, hey, this is pronunciation we're talking about, and it's very flexible, and it's hard to apply hard and fast rules every single time. You will always find exceptions. So we've looked at really 3 approaches, right? We've looked at a way to build an exercise based on problem words. We've looked at a way to visualize pronunciation a little more easily by turning text into phonetic symbols, if that's your thing. It's not my thing. Or, for example, pronunciation respelling, where we can see it in a different way to practice pronouncing it, or just stressing or focusing on specific stress, seeing the stress in all caps. And we looked at a way to break words down into their component parts and rules. And that's an interesting way to maybe remember something or find a pattern that you didn't see before, right? It can be very useful to do that too. So if you have any questions about this, let me know. Give this a try. Let me know how it goes in the comments. If you haven't already done so, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. And also check out my free course, Natural English Conversations, in the links in the description.